Like, do you realize the last time I was in Toronto for winter, I was walking home through about 3 feet of snow, and I wasn't really paying attention where I was going. Luckily, I looked down at the last second. I had almost stepped on a lady. Yeah, a real lady. She looks up at me and she goes, "Excuse me, I just fell on the ice here. Just step over me." I was like, "Are you serious? Like, do you need help? I have a phone. Like, what do you need?" She actually looked me right in the eye and she goes, No, it's too late for me. Just go." So I left her. I left her there to die, room full of strangers. It's fun, though. It's fun being in America. They just got gay marriage. It's very exciting. I'm, like, so happy for them. I try not to tell them that, like, we had it 10 years ago, you know? I pretend like, "Oh, you guys are so progressive. Good for you, you know?" I do try to remind people, though, that just because Canada had gay marriage earlier doesn't mean we don't have homophobic people in the country, right? Like, I was in a library and somebody had scribbled on the bathroom wall, "Warning," and I was like, "Oh," you know, that grabs you. You're in a very vulnerable position there, you know. "Warning." I zone in. I'm like, "What are you telling me, man?" They go, "Warning, gay people are trying to adopt our kids. Think of the children." They had underlined that like 7 times. I'm like, "Yeah, think of the children. Their family didn't want them, so these people are coming along and giving them a lovely home," you know? Like gay people aren't running through our houses, grabbing our kids and flying out the window, though, you know? Like, "Oh, you tricky fag! Get him! After that guy," you know? No, there's a long, drawn-out process called adoption, right? Like, we weed out all the assholes. I think what's most amazing is, like, if you think about it, is gay people are offering a solution to a problem they don't contribute to. Right? Like, they don't make unwanted kids. That's amazing. That's like if someone came to my house, never ate any of my food, and was just like, "Hey, do you mind if I do your dishes?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. You're the best. Best guy in the world." Been listening to a lot of... I hate the Christmas carols. That's the only thing. Like, I'm not a Grinch, but I really hate those songs. Like, I just have a theory that I'm like, if they were any good, we'd listen to them the rest of the year, right? Like, you'd be like, I could go for that shitty third, you know, cover of that one shitty Christmas song. They're terrible. Like, why do we keep listening to them? I'm a metalhead. That's all I do. I listen to heavy metal. It's my favorite. It's loud and angry and dark. And it's not fair because clearly I was born into a computer programmer's body, you know? Like, you got me, God, you son of a bitch. You know, this tattoos just slide right off of me. Apparently, you need one muscle to pin those two. I didn't know that. It's fun, though. I was raised very religious. My parents used to warn me. They're like, "Don't listen to heavy metal. That's the devil's music." I was like, "The devil? Satan? Hold on a minute." I was like, the leader of the armies of hell, the father of lies, like the guy who's locked in an eternal struggle with God for all the souls of mankind. But he still found a little bit of time every day to practice his scales and rented some studio space. I'm like, I'll give that a listen. That sounds like that's his passion, you know? Just maybe that evil stuff's just a shitty day job so he can make a living off his art. Like, that's great. My thing with heavy metal is it's like professional wrestling. It's all tongue-in-cheek. Like, they're not Satanists, I guess. Like, I think it's so funny. There's a lot of sense of humor to it. I can guarantee that the darker and scarier the band is, the sweeter the lead singer will be. Like, I go see these guys from Europe, and they come out all, like, dressed in, like, black makeup and skulls, and they get to the mic, and they're like, "Thank you so much for having us. You know, we are having a lovely time here. We are so happy to be here. This next song is called There's Nothing to Be Happy For." Like, oh my God, you guys are terrifying. It's fun being in LA. There's a lot of douches there. I found the worst of the worst are DJs. I hate DJs as they're human garbage. Can we all agree? My problem with DJs is they have the world's largest, like, ego to talent ratio. You know, like, these people press play on someone else's hard work, and then they go off and collect all the blowjobs, and they come back, they press play on track 2, you know. It just, like, if I ever talked to them and they had a bit of humility, if they were like, the musicians do the hard work, I just put a drum track underneath it, you know, I'd be like, oh, cool. But you talk to them, and it's like they think they invented the vibration of air to create sound, right? I'm just like, talk to a guy, DJ. Fuck you, man. Can we all agree as a room, like, if you haven't gone to school for 8 years, you don't get to just be letters. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, you're a jockey, you piece of shit. All right, maybe there's more DJs in the room than I thought. This feels like a DJ Christmas party tonight. Everyone's like, ugh, he's on to us. Let's murder him with our drum machine later. I have a quick impression. I don't know if any of you can guess this. It's, my marriage is falling apart. That's everyone in the world. I have yet to meet someone with a happy marriage. I don't quite know what's going on. I keep hearing these things, and I'm kind of freaked out because I'm engaged right now. Like, I actually am up here visiting my fiance, and I guess I'm mostly worried because I know it's definitely not going to work, right? Like, she's very attracted to the fact that I'm a smart guy and I'm good at math, but I'm so good at math, I know that we're doomed. We're definitely doomed, right? Like, I just look at it and I'm like, over 50% of all marriages fail, and 100% of my past relationships have also failed. So that's like going to a Russian roulette game and everyone else is gone and they're all alive and happy and you're like, hope this goes well, you know. It's just terrible. I'm looking forward to, even if it doesn't last forever, I'm just looking forward to taking a break from dating. Because dating is so stressful. I hated like breaking up with girls. My last girlfriend and I, we broke up, but only after we had exchanged a ton of like nude photos, you know, like, let's just say I had performed and filmed certain acts and given them to her as a gift because I thought we'd be together forever, you know? And yeah, that's how it works now, right? You just send pics to each other and you're like, this is great, you know? And then you break up and you go, what the hell have I done? You know, like, do you realize if she has a bad day, all of you are going to see a video of me jerking off on the internet, you know? It's going to be a terrible day for you, right? Like, and it's the other thing is, like, she sent nude pictures to me, but it's a lot like how countries all need to have nuclear weapons to make sure they don't fire on each other, right? Like a little mutually assured embarrassment. That's what keeps us going as a society. But then it was terrible. I had a hard drive crash. I lost all of the pictures I have of her. She has all of the ammunition. Literally, my only recourse is to preemptively flood the internet with other videos of me jerking off. So that one more doesn't make a difference. Look, you guys have had a lot of fun. Thanks so much for having me, Toronto. Have an excellent holiday.